Okay, so the new tab on my screen that you're seeing is the GitHub platform, and it's the developer platform. So I've already logged in, and we're going to create a new repository. Give it a couple of seconds to load up. I'm trying to think, what do I want to call it? Maybe mitochondrial activity. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Metabolic mitochondrial activity. I'm trying to honestly think what's a good repository name. I mean, this is just us doing behind the scenes. How about plasma cell? How about metabolic shift transition? Let's just do that. Let's just do metabolic shift transition, just because we've used both of those words before. And then hit create repository. Okay. Give it a few seconds again. Again, seconds can change depending on your internet connection. Okay, perfect. You see where it says in the middle of the screen, quick setup if you've done this kind of thing before, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so what I do and what my volunteers do as well, we're going to upload an existing file. Now, I have renamed that very long file name that was downloaded, that MP4 that we created, to just Veed AI created video or something like that, just so it had shorter characters, shorter text. So we're going to click on uploading. Okay, choose your files. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this part. A smaller window will populate. That's going to be your file window. Give it a few seconds. There we go. I don't know if you'll be able to see this window or not, but the file window that I have all my downloaded files in, that has populated, and it populated to the last file folder I had up. So let's go to downloads, the created AI image, double click onto it. That is going to start to upload. As you can see on my screen right now, it is uploading 1 of 1 files. Okay. All right, there we go. And let's go commit changes. All right, processing file. Okay, so here we go. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead. Now, what we're going to do is we're actually going to click on the video link so we can pull the URL. And this is the URL that we're going to incorporate into our CodePen sandbox. All right, there we go. I want to point something out. Now, I don't know if you all can see this on my screen, even though it's supposed to be sharing the tab that I'm on. In the URL section at the very, very top where the ribbon is, what it says is https://github.com gentan7477 / metabolic shift transition /blob. So we want, of course, for it not to be an HTML page. We want it to be an actual moving video. So we're going to take that blob element, we're going to switch it to raw. And for anybody who needs to remember that, not trying to do copyright infringement, but just think of wrestling. For anybody who's interested in wrestling, I'm just saying, think of wrestling. Closed it out, copied the URL. Now we're in CodePen. So we're going to click on New Pen. Okay. Let's just close out of this X. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, just to show you that it's copied, is I'm going to copy and, well, I'm going to paste the URL. So I'm just going to do Control V. Okay, now what should just populate is just the text. Okay, so here is the text right here. Now, what did I say before? What I said before was if you, and not trying to do copyright infringement, if you need to remember switching out blob to raw, think of wrestling. Okay, so take your cursor, hit the backspace, type raw, you're done. Leave that alone. Now, how do you get the video to actually display in the background? Well, that's, of course, what we're going to be working on. All right, so now what we do is we just keep that URL pasted line there at number 1. What I want you to do is I want you to hit the enter key. We're going to move it down. And I'm saying I want you, meaning if you're following me and you're trying your own thing with Bead, GitHub, CodePen, just follow along. So the first line, we have to take our character, our special character, and we're going to type out the actual sequence formula. So if we remember from the last video, we want to have it auto loop. So it's a video auto loop. So we start off with video, auto loop. This is the part I always get stuck on. I'm like, do I do auto loop or auto play loop? And it's always auto play loop, by the way. Auto play makes sense, and you want it to loop. Okay, so you've got video, autoplay, loop, and we don't want any sound, so it's muted. Excuse me. And we're going to put plays in line. And for those of you who want to lecture me about coughing into my hand, you're right, it's supposed to be cough into the sleeve, cough into your elbow. Now, putting that aside, so we have video, autoplay, loop, muted, plays in, should be plays in line. Not plays line. It's plays in line. So video autoplay loop, but plays in lines, playing in that sequence. Okay. Now you see where you just finished writing your first line, right? Your second line still has that same pasted URL. So from here, what you want to do is you want to actually embed that embed it as a source. And that's probably the easiest way to create that. So what you're going to do is you're going to take those same character elements and you're going to go source src equals, and then this is where it's going to get a little bit hairy. So keep the equal sign there. See how it goes all the way down to the MP4. Okay, so once you're there, I want you to use your quotation marks. And for all of you who caught that I made a slight mistake because I was rushing my words in the last video, I did not mean to say parentheses. I meant to say quotation marks. Yes, I want you to put the quotation marks around the characters that represent the URL line for your video. So it starts at HTTPS. So you start with the first quotation marks there. And then you end the quotation marks after the MP4. Now, this is still an open line of code. We want to close the line of code. So you just take the other character element, you close it there, come down to the third line. And all you're going to do is close out the entire video. So / video, and you're done. And that's it. And you're done. So now you have created a new backdrop for your code. And now it's more in line to the imagery that we want to be part of our final puzzle. What you want to do, of course, to make sure that the imagery is how you want it to be, no matter what you're creating. Always make sure to lift the black screen that I'm lifting right now so you can see your entire image, your entire video. And that's the first part of this. So the next part is to actually start looking more at the literature and seeing what of the literature of 75, what of the literature of 2026 we want to start challenging people's thinking